And we're back.
And we're back. Good to see you. Good to see you in the same physical space again. Good to have my
Yeah.
sunshine halo on my head there. Yeah, so today we're talking about Fallout. Last time we talked about Fallout episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I've watched now 3 through 7, and so talk about that. I mean, it is a great, great show, and I
It really is.
definitely, I'm not out there looking for it, but I definitely see, people talking on social and stuff, and people really like it, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah, no,
or
it
as
is
people are saying, like, does it just keep getting better? And I think it does. I think it does. I mean, I'll
yeah.
just start off by saying it's been a long time since I've been watching a movie or a show, a sci-fi, where I wasn't disappointed, less
Hmm.
disappointed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like by a break in something or other, the way they describe things or something. You're gonna, oh, you really want me to believe that thing or
Right.
whatever. Whereas this is so, number one is unfolding and kind of
Hmm.
in a universe that doesn't make me think that. And two, just when you open something to like you think you've learned something, there's
Right.
like three other things you're like,
Right.
whoa, what's that all about?
Or like I'm not gonna say cliches, but like things that like are seem like well-trodden paths. They make it a whole new light. Like how in like you think you know what's going to happen next because you've seen it happen 100 times in the show, but then it does it in a way that like you didn't expect it to happen.
Right.
And like the
and
I
and I do like the way that they're revealing so much
Mhm.
more that we hadn't even thought we were kind of interested in. Like I don't know, just about the way they're going back and forth in time, and there's just so like every storyline, every thread has just got so much uh uh depth to it,
Mhm.
right? And it's so interesting.
Yeah, none of like it's amazing how like the show makes it so that none of the character arcs and discoveries like overtake one another. They overlap, but and they like, cross and meet up, but like
Yeah,
they never like force one to go down so the other can be better.
right,
All of them have equal times
right.
to being great.
Yeah. And for all the dads out there, I'm pretty sure that uh Poncherello is in episode 7. Ponch, of course, being very familiar as one of the two police officers in the late 1970s, I think, TV show Chips. Anyways, just a shout out to Ponch, Erik Estrada. Uh, yeah. Anyways, I mean, just what can I say? I'm so excited to watch 8, although I'm really, when you watch a good show and it's over and you're gonna have to wait like a few years for
Mhm.
more or whatever. But yeah, there's just so much going on in this one. It's
Yeah.
it's it's amazing.
I've got to say it's really interesting to see that it seems that like the game developers and like the people at Bethesda are saying that this story is canonical, like canon to the game world
Oh,
itself. And honest and like interesting thing. So this show seems to be set like after the fourth game, Fallout 4, further down the line. Like it's like I think it's set in like 2296.
right.
So it doesn't have to worry too much about the other games. Well, kind of it does. But like
So sorry, the other games, like how many Fallouts are there again? 15 or something?
maybe like I'm not sure about 15, but maybe that.
Like,
Like this, I mean, this game series started what in 1997?
right, right,
Totally different than it is now, but
right.
yeah, it's such I I said in the last episode, but I after finishing the Halo show, I was like I liked part of it, but also was disappointed because, I'm accustomed to the show. But this show promised me a good hearty meal and delivered onto me a feast of
Right. Right.
amazingness.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because I always, I often say that, any movie that can resolve itself without car chases and gun battles is a good movie in my books.
Mhm.
And so this has got a little bit of fighting, right? There's occasional, people need to have their head blown off and eaten or whatever it might be. But there's not a ton of that. And there's just like again, like when they're going back in time with the cowboy ghoul or whatever, and they're unfolding so much of his life story, right? And his
Mhm.
connection through his wife to Vault Tech, and now all of a sudden Vault Tech like being potentially implicated as having a financial interest in wars, and this
Mhm.
whole other like it just when they could have had just like a pick any genre, right? A cowboy movie or anything, right? You're trying to find something, a buddy flick, a road movie, this, that, and the other, right? Like to take all these characters. And obviously, within the video game, I guess a lot of this has been talked about and discussed, so they can't just make up a whole new storyline. But like, man, there's just so much stuff here,
Yeah, like just like the games, it's able to like wrap together several different genres and make it blend seamlessly
Right.
and like and make it work. And like so just like the games, this show is able to do that. Different ideas all together benefiting each other.
Right. And I just again I find it so interesting because in a way they have chosen to spend so much time like really building out the story rather than just kind of like, oh, there was this thing happened, let's move
Mhm.
on with the watching these people like walk across the desert and have a fight or whatever.
Yeah.
They're spending so much time building out the back and the sides and all aspects of this
Yeah.
story, and it's I don't know, it's just I just find it so compelling. Like there's
Yeah.
this whole world that they're building,
Yeah, I think that like they're really doing it to also benefit people like you who aren't familiar with the world, so that
Right.
like in the future seasons they'll be able to continue building it out, but they'll also be able to like do it for the fans as well.
Hmm.
So they'll be able to like once again bridge the gap between these two groups and make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's great. uh So what else have we got? I mean, there's so many different storylines, right? Like there's
Mhm.
all the stuff involving in within the vault, right? Moving from Vault 30, 33 back to Vault, moving into Vault 32 in episode
Mhm.
7, discovering, left us with a cliffhanger of what's in Vault going on. Clearly something's going on in Vault 31, which we sort of got a sense. Vault 4, right? Which all of a sudden we discovered, and it sounded like, because I think his wife, the Cowboy Ghoul's wife, went into Vault 4, and that was
Yeah.
going to be like all the scientists and everyone. Like what the heck happened to them? How did, like now what's going on and what's really going on in Vault 4, right?
Oh yeah.
And
I've watched all 8 episodes, so I can tell you, you're not prepared for what comes in episode 8.
right. Well, I'm let's not do too
Yeah.
many leakers here, but yeah, I'm excited. That that part is super interesting. And then obviously I'm blanking on her name now, but the kind of female Messiah. And it's interesting that she was, again, they're going back in history, right? So she also, and then it's also interesting that the cowboy ghoul has been alive now for 200 years, right? And so has
Mhm.
um,
The woman?
the woman. Yeah, I've forgotten what her name is, but she's sort of the Messiah to the outdoor, to the outside people, right?
Right, right.
And the cowboy guy met her way back when, right? And she's still alive, and so there's also this weird thing with time because the ghouls are still, the ghouls are still alive. I the Titus slash Maximus, he talked about like being like the war just happened when he was young or just before he was born. So there's these weird things with like, I guess there was a second war or something like
Mhm.
that. I don't know. There's these weird things
Yeah.
with time and when things happen, especially because of the ghoul still being alive. I do want to say that the actress that plays, I'm blanking on her.
Lucy?
No, not
No, right.
Lucy. The Messiah, sort of.
Yeah.
The rebel Messiah or whatever she is. Her name's in real life, I think, Sarita. I actually went to university with her. I
Ooh.
met her a few times. I didn't know her that well. And I think she got her start in, I can't remember, Mississippi with Denzel Washington, Mississippi Burning or Mississippi Masala. I can't remember which one it was, one of those two movies. And you know, she's been in a lot of movies
Yeah.
nowadays. But anyways, little note there. She's obviously done quite well over the years, and great actress. So yeah, but that's it. You know, another interesting, right? Like there's so much to still unravel
Hmm.
there.
Oh yeah. So our next episode is gonna be in episode 8,
Yeah,
which hopefully we'll be able to
yeah,
do
we'll do.
soon.
We hopefully will do soon. So maybe we'll wrap it up there now. I
Yeah.
hope you're all enjoying the Fallout,
Yeah.
and certainly, you know, a big uh, uh, push on Amazon. You know, it's not like a little side note
Show.
series, right?
Yeah.
They're
They can't
really,
just say like, "Oh, we're done with this show," because like the popularity of this show is.
and they're also like the whole like subway. You know, they've wrapped a whole subway train here in
Oh
Toronto
yeah.
with ads and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's quite amazing.
I think season 2 is already confirmed to be happening,
That's
and
good.
yeah, the success of this show really proves that people want another season of this
Yeah. Yeah.
show.
And also, you know, well-written shows. I mean, you know, we've introduced it to some of our family members and everyone's into it. So anyways, we'll wrap up here. Thanks for watching. You know, press the subscribe button down below, send in your questions, and you know, keep on watching. Thanks so much, folks.
And till we see you again.
Till we see you again. Okay.